What's your biggest fear when it comes to all of this?
Personally, my biggest fear is that the altruistic soul of our profession will be lost,
Ooh,
and that physicians, nurses, most healthcare professionals, enter their work out of with a sense of calling,
mhm,
and um, and they have this deep commitment to serving others. They've made huge sacrifices, continue to make huge sacrifices to live up to that. Pandemic obviously is a very recent example of people putting their lives in jeopardy to care for our patients and communities at a time when we didn't know a lot. And as someone who lost my closest colleague due to complications of COVID in my own hematology practice, people, some have given their lives to serve their patients. And to the extent we have these work environments and work structures that feel like they're a barrier to them being able to do right by their patients and provide the best care to their patients and get them what they need. Um, and that there's so much bureaucracy and inefficiency in the system that they feel powerless to fix that. At some point, they just feel like they have to stop trying because they care. They take a lot of runs at it, and eventually they just feel that it's futile. Um, we then often try to, ask them to just do more in less time, see more patients who are more complex today than they were a decade ago or certainly 20 or 30 years ago. So seeing more complex patients in smaller increments of time with an expectation that they do so in a compassionate way that involves shared decision making, that it's sort of an impossible task. And then we just try to solve it by paying them more or to solve it in a way that's just very transactional
yeah,
and it fails to recognize that that's not why they do this. They do this out of this sense of calling and commitment and a desire to do good and help their patients, and that we're creating a structure where we're undermining that. And I think if we ever lose that sort of heart of the professions in healthcare, um, all is lost. In my opinion, all is lost. Healthcare
yeah.
cannot live up to any of its aspirations without that altruism and dedication of our physicians, nurses, pharmacists, therapists, nurse practitioners, PAs. And so that's my biggest fear.